Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome tonight to an extra episode of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. This is episode number 238. And because I was feeling generous, you get another upload tonight. We can't guarantee it every week, but hey, you've got a third week in a row with a double upload on a Sunday night. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Do me a huge favour. Smash the thumbs up. This is an extra video. Can we get 4,000 likes by midnight? Come on. I know you guys can do that. Show that support. Subscribe as well to the channel. If you're new around here, click the little notification bell. You'll never miss an upload. So, my team, as you know, currently looks like this. We're on 99 chemistry. Sorry if that bugs some of you out there, but I think that the players themselves are still playing to their pretty much utmost ability. It's not ever going to make much of a difference, is it really? In reality, let's face it. So we are currently 4-1 in the weekend league, and this is another little session to get me up to the 10 games played. So we'll play 5 games of champs here today. We'll also then discuss the squad a little bit towards the end and also do, I think, like UEFA marquee matchups. Now, of course, that La Liga TOTS is out and is a thing. So Ronaldo puts a lovely ball through to Harry Kane. Harold Kane, who is able to score and put me 1-0 up in this match right here. And as you can see, I was pretty much dominating, having 10 shots in the first half, but my opponent had none. So, I mean, you can imagine my shock when I go ahead and give a penalty away and I'm about to get equalised on in a game where I have just obliterated, but just not taken my chances. So, Odson Edouard manages to get the equaliser from the penalty spot. There goes my 100% penalty save this weekend league record. But Buendia ends up smashing it near post. And the reason I hit that shot there is because I had about four, I nearly did 4 or 5 attempts at goal where he moved the goalkeeper and I was trying to do what you should do in football, which is shoot across the keeper. So I smashed that one near post that time, and luckily for me, that's what, you know, made it go in and made us win. So we then come up against someone called RTG Sweater, who's got a pretty nuts squad full of meta players and some nice attackers like that. Royce and Harvey Barnes, 2 players that I would absolutely love to use on the RTG, but are always out of my price range. And of course, Royce was an SBC, which we decided to do Vidal instead of him. And let's face it, Vidal's been outstanding for us. I don't know. I just feel like we wouldn't have been using that Royce, although we did have Bender at the time, so we could have always played him on 7 chem in like the 4-5-1 like we currently have. So who knows? Maybe I should have tried to get the Royce done, but there's plenty of other amazing cards out at this stage of the game. And this guy was 5 at the back. Pretty much just Hail Mary through balls constantly. Like, I know I hit quite a lot of them, and that's sort of the point of the 4-2-2, but this guy would slowly run out wide and then just launch it. And I've never seen anyone do it quite that bad. So yeah, GG's. You definitely weren't lying about your club name there. But hey, we lose 4-0. We just move on. We just move on. It is all you can possibly do. The losses are going to happen. We just have to let them happen. So 5-2. We haven't lost a couple of games so early on in the last couple of weekend leagues. So could this be more of a regular weekend league for me where I go like 14-10 or something? Think I am going to try my luck of gold 3 OP this weekend. Now that like the first couple of TOTS are out of the way, I genuinely think that, you know, with the Prem TOTS, we typically, for the last couple of years anyway, we get a goalkeeper in the first red pick, and then we get one of the sort of lesser centre mids in the second red pick from gold 2 picks, and the rest of the stuff is normally from the lesser league. I just think that going for gold 3 and risking it and you know, chancing it whether or not the main league TOTS can come out of the pack, it's also quite a lot of fun in that. So I'm not sure yet. We might go for gold 2 or progress even further depending on how the weekend league's going, how much time I've got on my hands and stuff. But yeah, I could see myself probably just going to gold 3 just with how I'm feeling about this weekend league and the sweat levels. When the sweat levels go up, the enjoyment levels come down. And there's no point in, you know, sitting through it and pushing to a rank that you're not going to enjoy yourself. Honestly, is there really? You have to ask yourself these questions. So we go 4-1 down in the next game, and for some reason, whenever they get to 4 goals, they do that celebration. What is that about? But we end up going throw the kitchen sink at him mode because, I don't know, I felt like this wasn't a 4-1 game. Ronaldo then does get a header at the near post, gets me back to 4-2. It's early doors in the second half, and I think it was then I paused to go all-out attack. And as you can see, we do get unfortunate with the fact that, I mean, Neres wins the header there from the rebound off the bar. But look at this for a kickoff goal. Kent just through to Ronaldo, scoop round the defender, and bang that one at the near post. So at least we got that. We equalised that rubbish goal that we just conceded and got one ourselves. And then right at the end, I get given a penalty, which is, I mean, it just doesn't matter if we score this or not, because I know as soon as the final whistle goes, as soon as the kickoff happens, the final whistle's going to go, and it makes it look closer than it inevitably was, because we just scored with the last kick of the game. So 2 losses in a row now, boys. 5-3. Uh-oh. This could be bad. We could end up being 5-5 after our first 10, and that is not what you want to see. So are we going to go for 3 losses in a row? Well, it kind of looks like it, considering my opponent ends up going 1-0 up here. Just some nice movement from Lewandowski, and I just mistackled him, so he had enough time to cut back inside and hit the finesse. But Kent is able to just bang one home, as you can see. Did a good job for me there to get the goal. Kent knocks it out wide, this time to Vidal, who just does a little stop, cuts it inside to Ronaldo, scoop. I mean, very lucky. Very lucky to get the goal off the off the rebound from the keeper, but Kane then knocks it into Kent. Kent back to Kane. Kane back of the net. That was a really nicely worked goal. It flowed so well, literally all the way from like the halfway line. So I deservedly was 3-1 up in this game. But again, my opponent, his team was all right. He was a pretty moderate level player, I would say. Like, you know, we were getting through the game all right, but he was still fairly decent. I do make it 4-1 with a ridiculous cross there, and I think we make it 5-1 here. Do we? Yeah, I think we do. Kane knocks it in towards Ronaldo. Just look at that. That's a ridiculous header. That's nuts. So yeah, I mean, quite a convincing win in the end. I think he really did go attacking to try and to get the goals back, but I think a nice deserved win, and that brings us off the losing streak onto the winning streak again, and we're now 6-3. Okay, somewhat respectable, but not really. But we don't care. We just go with it. And then we come up against this player of the month, Mbappe. You never come up against him. Team of the season, Son. Team of the season, Mason Mount. Oh, God. All sorts of good players here. We could be in a lot of trouble, boys. And Heung-min Son ends up just like... It was a dodgy bobbles and bounces around the edge of my box. But Mbappe is always going to finish if he gets the opportunity, of which he does. But then you can see we just get through with Ronaldo here. Rather than taking the shot, which was probably like a 50-50 chance of going in, we just make it literally like a 100% goal by sweating it across to Leon Bailey. So 1-1 at half-time. Fairly even game. I've had more shots. He's had more possession. We're playing counter-attack style. But Bailey is able to spot a nice run from CR7. And this time we bang it home rather than sweating it. And I don't know why I did that. Just because I felt like shooting with Ronaldo. But we got the goal to go 2-1 up. Kent then into Buendia, into Ronaldo. He's got the space there because Kent just made that run across the defender, which just pulled the defender out, left a gap where there wasn't going to be an AI block, and that's where we go ahead and hit the finesse. Heung-min Son does get a goal back, and this guy really threw the sink at me. Look at when I take the kickoff, he just swarms me, but we were able to hold it down, get the 3-2 win, and come away from my first 10 games as 7-3 record. I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't know what that means for the rest of the weekend league, whether or not it's going to continue to be at that level of sweat, because I don't really think I've had an easy game at all. I think they've all been like somewhat difficult to a point anyway. So yeah, I mean, you're seeing the player bios and stuff now. Kane's sort of ruined by squad battles. He's just not been firing on all cylinders like I hoped he would. Maybe even the high defensive work rate on that card doesn't help him. because he was like, the first couple of games I used him, he was like hugging the last defender and really playing onto that final line. Whereas now he's sort of like out of position a little bit, as well as being a little bit slow, a little bit clunky. So I don't know what to make of him just yet. One thing I do know for sure is that Ruben Dias, unfortunately for me, just isn't quite cutting it. It's a lot of money as well, 400k for a centre-back whose stats-wise looks great, just for something about him. And I felt it with the future stars as well. It's just something about him I don't absolutely love. And it might just be because like he's not a fullback at centre-back, and I know that they're just so much quicker. So for right now, we could do this and then put Tavernier in the starting 11, although that brings us down to 95 chem. So I can't see myself playing the rest of this weekend out like that. That wouldn't be ideal, but I would like to try Luke Shaw at centre-back, if I'm honest. I think that could work quite well. But I don't know. I think 95 chem might be cutting it a little, like just not good enough. That's too many players on 7 chem. We'll see. We're going to have 400,000 at our disposal, though, because Ruben Dias does sell. And if we sell him for 397, which we did, we bought him for 369, 28k's worth before tax, 300k, 400k sales, about 20. We made about 10k on after tax, I think. Maybe 5 to 10k, so it's not much, but we at least broke even and didn't lose money, which was quite an important thing. So 400k plus a Cancelo tradable in my club right now. I'm going to finish the episode off just by doing the UEFA marquee matchups. Now that La Liga TOTS is out, I thought, hey, why not just... I'm also submitting an inform in that SBC. I don't really care. He's not going to get used in anything else, so we just put him into the UCL marquee matchups. But... yeah, I thought with the La Liga TOTS coming out, I thought as well, when they look that good, it looks a lot better than Prem TOTS for some reason. I don't know why they've juiced some of these players a lot more than the Prem ones. Maybe it's because Prem's got its own hype already, and La Liga TOTS might have dulled things down hype-wise a bit, so they've elevated it. I don't know. But that Frankie de Jong looks unbelievable. If we can get him in red, that'd be lovely. Thank you very much. EA, that would be just terrific. But we don't currently really use any La Liga players in our starting 11. We had done when we were using Hermoso, when we were using Acuna quite a lot, but right now, no. So we're not particularly bothered about who we get in red and stuff. Maybe just to get a couple of high-rated... If I was to get like an Oblak in red or in a guaranteed TOTS pack or whatever... then that would help out, obviously, for fodder, for if we then get, like, maybe the Serie A or Bundesliga. We do use both of those leagues. So this week for Team of the Season for me is kind of like that in-between week for the next two that I really care about. Who knows if Serie A would even be after... I assume it's probably Bundesliga next. And then you never know if it's going to be Ligue 1 or Serie A, or do they come out at the same time? It's been different for different years, but... I'm quite excited for all of those. La Liga is always one where I'm just not that bothered. I don't know why. Because some of those players do look good. If we were able to get a few of the Barca players that could link together and stuff, then that might be, we might be hyped about it. We might be changing the team around. But right now, I'm just waiting on... the prices to solidify, see if I can even afford any of them with the 400k that we've got, and then we might potentially make a little change here or there. But yeah, I was toying with the idea of maybe even switching like that, and that doesn't work. That actually works out even worse. I could potentially take Tavernier and Kent out, put old Harry Kane back into the centre mid spot, and then play Kleiber and Neres instead of Tavernier and Kent in that position right there, because what that does is bring me up to 97 chem instead of 95. I could potentially do that. That might work out. 97 chem, I'm sort of on the fence of whether I would use that or not. Or should we go out and spend the 400k that we've got? Should we sell Cancelo and buy some other players? Have 800k and use that for the rest of the weekend on some other cool players that we haven't tried before? Let me know down below in the comments section. And that's where we're going to end off for tonight's episode. It's an extra episode, like I said. So if you could do me a huge favor and smash the thumbs up button, that would be amazing. All of your support, likes, comments, all of that means the world to me. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new around here. I thank you for that. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links are down below. Have a lovely evening. Take it easy. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And don't forget, of course, there will be yet another episode tomorrow lunchtime. So normal schedule is resumed. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.